Right. So for me, it's like faith is come by hearing and by hearing the words of God. So for me, as to sharing the gospel and also like going out and sharing faith. So for me, it's like for them to be able to hear and understand about Christ, also like to go and then so they will not be able to hear from the cars or from the tree or from the building, but basically knowing about Christ like through us as a Christian, the who call ourselves as a Christian. So for through us all that to going out and share them and have a heart for the lost. And so for me in that, and also like to living for his glory, just want him to use my life as a to be a living sacrifice as well, and to live for his glory. So whatever it takes, and just would like to live for him and with the love that he gave me first, and because he loved me first. So he enabled me to be able to love others, than with that. And so for me, as serving the Lord and walking with the Lord, it's gotta be involved, and it takes me actually and takes everything. So as to look to Jesus as well, so he living on this earth as a human, and so he lives on the throne. So for me to learn from him has character also, like so it's like abandoned, like to be like abandoned for that as well. So as for me, it's like faith is comes by hearing. So how they will have faith if they don't hear? So they will not be able to like hear from the tree, from the cars, or from the building, but they will also like, hear about Christ that through us as a Christian. So for me, is to for them to know, is to going out to them, seeking them where the lost is, like asking for God's heart for them, for its place that he wanted me to like go. So and faith is comes by hearing. And also for me, as serving the Lord here, it's also like it's requiring me, it takes us as a Christian to walk with him, and also to wanted to be used by him, and wanted to use for his live for his glory. And so it's required and takes like a lot of input. So for me, that what it gets me is to the first thing, it would be the radical abandonment. So abandon is actually not abandon ourselves as well, but also that abandon the family needs and everything, to give up. So for me, there's also the moment that, okay, like Jenny, what are you going to do now? What is the gonna be, if it's requiring this, all this problem that is happening, are you ready, or are you going to give it up to the Lord, or are you going to trust in yourself that to solve all this problem with the needs from the family and things like that? So for me, there are those moments, and the Lord have been dealing with me as well. That so for me, okay, all right, God, so here's my family. So here, I give it to you, and just like giving to him. And so for me, I cannot help them all, but trusting the Lord, and he knows that's what he is doing, and he cares for my family more than me, that caring for them. So for me, just like there is the moment that, okay, just like, okay, God, that is my family, this is my future, that is my dream, and this is like what I want to do. So okay, I give it all to you, and trust in you that that you have the better plan for my life. So just like that is also like that for me, is like radical abandonment. And just like Jesus, he lived on earth as a human, and so he sacrificed all the throne, and so he's like lives on earth. So that to learn from him, that's as well to be the radical abandonment. So and so the second thing it requires radical obedience. So and for me is I believe that in the Bible also said that to obey is better than sacrifice. So for me, to living in the obedience, so what he calls me to do, and also do what he wanted me to do. So this is also the obedience. So when look to Jesus, and he's also that obedient the Father unto the cross. So for the love that endures, that to for me to learn from that is to be obedient. So as comfort, obedience got the comfort than anything. So everything that he called to do, just to be obedient first, and then we will know the understanding, or we will know those things. If we want to know what the answer is, so first of all we have to be obedient and obey, and then we will know and understand after that. So for me to learn from that is also that to be radical obedient to. And so the last thing I would say that walking with the Lord is not easy, and He never promised that the cross would be easy. But for me as well as to equip us just to also like do what He calls us to. And I believe that everything that He calls us to do, He already provides strength. He already provides the thing that we want or need for that thing that He calls us to do as well. So for me, and also that to be radical commitment is to constantly doing it. And so for me, walking with the Lord now is like almost like 19 years already. So just like seeing His faithfulness, His goodness through that. And so no matter what the circumstances gonna be, just like always like seeking the Lord, always like seeking His strength from that. Like when we are trying to seek the thing that's to satisfy ourselves, if we seek the sacrifice from other things or from the materials or from whatever, it never been sacrificed. But our life as a Christian also has to be satisfied in Christ, not in other things. So for me, as working with the Lord, it's also like just like the radical commitment to that, considering you do what the Lord calls us to do, and to also like pouring love on others. So every circumstances that He brought into our life or He bring into our life, He has a better plan for that. So just like to always like learn from what is coming into our life, and to if we don't take what He bringing into our life or the problem thing at that time, we will never learn. No one can teach us to do anything if we don't step out and doing it and learn from that. So He never waste any teardrops. He never wastes any pains into our life. So, but for us also is to allow Him to use us openly to Him, allow Him to use all the circumstances, use all the experience that we experience, no matter like how pain it is, or like use the pain, use the everything experiences that He have been allow us to just say allow Him to for us to also like to use that to others people, to help others people if we don't be in that situation. So we might not be able to learn how to deal with that. So it's by His grace, it's by God's grace, it's by His loving kindness, and also that allowing us to go through that and learn from that, to understand if we don't be in that situation or facing that, we might not be able to learn about Him. We might not be able to know how to help others also. So He equipped us, He put in us, and for us to also that to help others. So we live and to help others. So we get saved and to serve others. So that what what I kind of learn from that. So just like also that want to encourage that all of us as a Christians to be intimacy with the Lord, and to also that living with Him, live with Him like have faith day by day, and also that to know the callings that He has been calling us to do, and be encouraged in that. So just be close to God, close to Him, and through prayers, through read the Bible, to like get involved in the communities, and to also like to push that to living for others as well. So just want to encourage us all that His goodness is new every morning. So His love is also new every day as well. So just want to encourage us to be stay strong in the Lord, and we will see the goodness of Him in every day of our life. So God bless you guys.